just come through and then announce that result for Borno State. And then we also like to remind you, yes, much as we tell you to tweet and send your pictures to us, let's take you through some of the happenings now on our social media platform. Well, yes, indeed, our YouTube page. Those who are watching on the YouTube page, you had 45,379 watching, and then on Channels Web, you have 12,500 people watching via that platform. On the mobile app, 4,600 people, and then those on the Android platform, 1,800. Yes, that figure is for the Channels Web. Now this one now, the 4,600 figure is on the mobile app. And now that mobile app, those on the Android operating system, the Android platform, happen to be 1,800. There you go. And then the iOS operating system, you have 550 watching via that one. And then the Windows platform counterparts, they're not left out on this one. They are also watching, but we have about 350 of them watching via that platform. So on the whole, we have 65,179 people just watching via mobile platforms. So very interesting. And then don't forget that you keep your comments coming through to us. Those selfies, those selfie videos, the emails, the text messages, the tweets, just bring them on.
Don't forget that when we started this right here on this platform, we started by having the first hit we recorded was just 10,000 hits on YouTube, and we had on m.channelstv.com, which is one of our other platforms that you could try to watch what is happening live. Just go, type it into your URL space, hit on it, and then it brings you directly. You don't have to go through the www and then the m.channelstv.com. Just m.channelstv.com. Just hit on it, and you'll be watching me, you'll be watching Sherbalane live, and you'll be watching a host of our guests, also our consultants rather, live here. And in just a couple of minutes, as he says, Lanre Lasisi is in Abuja in the Situation Room for INEC, and we'll link up with him as well to give us more details of what is happening.
That's right. For instance, now, those on the mobile app, you could just go to any of those platforms and download the Channels app. Yes, there's a mobile app for that, so you can watch it on the go, however, wherever you are, across the world, just as 65,179 people watching us across the world are doing at the moment. You can also be one of them. Well, Jide, let's get your comments. You're going to say something.
I think one of the things that makes me very excited about this result is that we are going into the history books for doing the right thing. You might have heard of the legend of Charles D.B. King. He was a Liberian in 1927. In an election that recorded only 15,000 registered voters, he declared himself president with 240,000 voters. In an election that only had 15,000 registered voters, he declared himself that he won 240,000. That result went into the Guinness Book of Records as the most fraudulent in the history of mankind. It went into the history books. This time around, we are going into the history books. It was just a remarkable thing for him to have done. 15,000 registered voters, he declared himself 240,000 voters.
As at
1927 in Liberia, 1927. 15,000 registered voters, he declared 240,000 voters. He was a legend.
As at that time, the population of Liberia, I'm sure, will be.
But this time around,
would have been 15,000 plus one.
He didn't care about anything before.
but this time around, we are going into the history books for the right thing. The president has conceded that is lost. We don't know what will happen after that. But that has made us smile about it. Everywhere should be a bit more calmer. There will be growth and progress in Nigeria, definitely. The infrastructures and all the change regarding power, health, education will certainly continue, we hope. And then we'll see what this new...
All right, gentlemen, let's go over to Lanre Lasisi. He joins us from Abuja. Yes, can we have him here on the screen so that he could just say a thing or two to us? There he is. Hello, Larry. What's happening? I mean, we've gone past the 8-hour mark. Now it's 9, an hour after. Where is the chairman of INEC?
Okay, well, Chamberlain, the chairman of INEC is behind me in a small room where some of the commissioners stay and wait while this sort of break happens. Just before I came on, just a few minutes ago, the director of publicity for the commission made an announcement and tried to appeal to people that they should please just be a little bit more patient. He had good news and bad news. The good news is that the people bringing the results from Borno are on ground now. He says they are at the airport and they are on their way to the International Conference Center and to the Collation Center. But he says, obviously, as everyone can understand, it will take some time to get them here. And then when they do get here, the results they bring will have to be imputed into the records of the commission here before we can start. So he appealed for a little more time and asked that people be a little bit more patient with the commission and that the results will soon be here.
Okay, so after that is done, many also, is that the way it's going to be? When Borno is announced, then he will give the big announcement in terms of who has won these elections.
Yes, exactly. I think what you've had played out on the state-by-state level by the state collation officers will now be played out by Professor Jega himself. Nobody will be prompting him as he prompted the other professors here, but he will then take all.
Are journalists there talking about what happened at the National Assembly elections as well?
At the National Assembly elections?
Yes.
Well, yes, but you know, not all the results are in, and a lot of the journalists here have been discussing some of the surprising results that have come in from some of the states and those that we have. But as you know, it's not been very clear to get all the results for the National Assembly. So it's the few that we have that we're sure of. It's been interesting discussing it and understanding how there was a big upset here and how that could have happened.
So does the commission plan to talk about it, or they'll just post it on their website?
Well, as you know, this stage is for the presidential. The parliamentary is supposed to take place at the different levels in the state. So I doubt if they're going to do any discussion about that or make any announcement about that. I do know there were plans to put that up on the website, but I don't know if that has gone into the website now. I don't know if it has come up yet, but I know before that was a plan that all these results will be put on the website so that anybody can just go there and check them up.
Thank you, and well done, Larry.
Thank you very much.
Our man Larry Lassisi. So